welcome back to my channel. No, welcome back. I haven't filmed in I don't know. I really don't know. But I thought today, excuse me, I'm really hungry. Like, what do you want me to do about it? Come on. I thought today I would film a video that people always ask me about. You guys, I put up a poll on Instagram and I asked you guys if you wanted me to film it, and you all said yes. So at first I thought it was like a bit of a cringy video idea, but then I was like, you know what, let's just film it because everyone keeps asking me about it. So I thought I would just like address everything in a video to just make it easier for people that, you know, want to know about it. Basically, you know, if you watch this video you might get some sort of idea, but take it with a grain of salt because I really don't know anything either. Okay, so wait a second. You foods, yum. Okay. Okay, so the first question that I get asked the most is, how do I have a management, or how did I find my management? So basically I am with Neon Model Management, and there's a modeling side to it and there's a promoting side to it, and I am assuming that I'm signed to the promoter side because I've never been asked to model, hence, like, really. Okay, so how did I find them? Basically I found them, I don't know how I found them. I was just looking through Instagram like when I started, and I realized that they were in a lot of people's bios because you put their emails so like companies can email them and stuff for you. And I saw them in a lot of people's bios, and then, you know, I tried to apply a couple of times myself. I did not, you know, get a reply sometimes. A couple of times I was not successful, and then I saw that they were doing what was it, a meet and greet with like Gracie Piscopo, I think that's how you say your last name, M. Davies, Shannon Jai, Tanisha Bolanero, I don't know, something like that. But they were doing a meet and greet with them, and I went to their first meet and greet, and, you know, I just went to meet Em and Gracie basically, but I ended up speaking to Nina, who's the manager of like the main person basically of Neon, who, you know, like basically is like the boss, the head person. And I ended up like speaking to her, and, you know, just had like a quick little, not even a big conversation, just a little conversation, and then that was basically it. And then they hosted another meet and greet later on with Reese Hawkins, Kane Lawton, Gabby Epstein, and some other people. I can't really Love Island, Taylor Demir, Cassidy, and all stuff like that. And I went to that meet and greet, and I saw Nina. She recognized me from the previous one, and we were having a conversation, and then something ticked in my head. I was like, oh my god, maybe I should ask her that I want to be a part of Neon. So I asked her, I said to her, oh, you know, I'm interested in being a part of Neon. I've applied a couple of times online, I haven't been successful, what can I do? And she was like, oh, just email me through your details and I'll set you up. So basically that night I went home and I emailed her my details, and she set me up straight away, and basically that's how I got signed. I know that a lot of other people get scouted, or they get accepted and stuff like that, but I basically just kept asking until they said yes. So that's basically how I found my management. The next question that I always get asked is, how do I get invited to events? So once I got signed to Neon, basically like a week later, I got an email from the person that sends out the emails. I think at the time it was Cade, and you just get invited to store launches, or, you know, lunches, or whatever they feel like, whatever they have for you guys basically. And I think my first two events were the Pretty Little Thing makeup launch and the Edward Miller store opening, I'm pretty sure. And all events are super different. So if you're going to store openings, most of the time they're pretty just basic events. You'll go to a store that's either opening or they're launching something, and it's normally open to the public. There's just snacks and drinks and maybe like a wine, or maybe you might get a little gift bag at the end. That's basically with the store openings. When it's things like parties, like birthdays and stuff, like for instance, I went to an A brand, I want to say 5th, but I don't know if that's right, 5th birthday, and it was in Fox Studios in the, I don't know, some like warehouse, I don't know if it's a club, I think it's a club. And there was so many people there, and it had party all night. Like, you get alcohol, free alcohol. It just goes on like the events tab basically. There's a lot of food that goes around. You get goodie bags at the end. So like, they're all pretty fun. It just depends, like picking which one you go to and which one you don't. So I go to all of them most of the time that I can get to, because I just enjoy meeting new people. But yeah, basically that's how I get invited to events. It's pretty simple. Sorry. Next question that I get asked a lot, I'm trying to think of it, is what it's like meeting people at events. So for instance, I go to a lot of events, and at some of the bigger events, for instance, like I had an event with Tarte and Sephora, and there at that event was people like Chloe Zepp, Sammy Robinson, who else was there? I don't know if Cartier Milan was there or not, I can't remember. But what it's like meeting them people. So basically when you go to events, you kind of have your own little group, or at least for me, I know that I have my own little group, because I'm an extremely awkward and shy person. Even though I seem loud, or put me in a group of people and I don't really talk that much. But I have met Sammy Robinson a couple of times, and she's like really amazing and really nice. But don't think that when you go to events you are just gonna, you know, automatically fit into that group, and you're not really there for that either. You're there to like mingle and have fun, but you don't want to be sitting there just like talking to them all the time, annoying them, because they're probably there with the company most of the time, or they have their own things to do there. Like for instance, I met Chloe Zepp at the Tarte event, and she was with one of her friends. I'm not sure who her friend was, but I spoke to her. I asked her for a photo because I really like love her. I watch her on YouTube and everything, but I didn't like sit there and, you know, annoy her for the whole day. But I don't know, like my friend Talia that I met at an event, she always talks to people and she like really fits in with people. But for me, I know that I'm really awkward and shy, so I don't really go and talk to like big influencers and stuff. I'm more of like a fan. Like, it's awkward for me to like see, like for instance, Sammy Robinson and like be friends with her rather than like be a fan of her, if that makes sense. But you do see a lot of big influencers and stuff, but you kind of just stick to your own. Like, I know for the first couple of events I was like so excited because like big influencers were there, and I was like, oh my god, I can be friends with them. But you kind of find your own group and you fit in with your own people, and then they don't really seem like that big of a deal when you get more into going to events and stuff like that, because you just see them all the time. Now for the other question was, how did I become an influencer? So I don't really like this question because like people stereotype influencers at the moment. It's getting really annoying. Influencer is like, I don't know, people think it's like cringe, but I don't know. So basically for me, how did I become an influencer? I don't think I am really an influencer. If you're more wanting to know how I have companies like reach out to me and how I do like post with companies and stuff, I guess I can explain that. So basically, I know that I was completely lost for a long time until I found Kashama, because she like basically told me how to do everything, and like how to get paid for things and stuff like that. I never knew anything about that because I didn't know how to do it, and when I met her, she taught me how to do it all, so shout out to Kashama. But basically, if you're starting off, like you're just starting off and you don't have a following, I would say things like making sure that you're always tagging the company that you're wearing, making sure that you're always tagging locations, you are uploading at a good time. I would say from 7 to 8 is the best time. You don't want to go really any later than 8 o'clock, just because if you have a younger audience that follows you, because I know in my, like, you can check on Instagram like what audience you have the most, your statistics, I think. Like for instance, I'll show you guys. So my audience, if you can see, it's probably going to be backwards, but oh well. My audience is 48% 18 to 24 and 27% 13 to 17. So they're my they're my age range. So for instance, having a younger audience generally tends to be better for me, because I just feel like they give you a lot more love. They look up to you more as like a person. So posting after 8, you're gonna lose that 13 to 17, just because, you know, they probably have school, they might be in bed, they might be doing homework, so you kind of just want to work around your ages and who you're posting for, basically. Weekends are horrible to post on. Do not post on weekends. I think they're the worst days to post on, for the simple fact that people are out and doing their own things, so they're not really a great day to post. I'm gonna say Tuesday and Wednesdays and probably Mondays are really good days to post. Thursdays are not good either, because people are late night shopping and stuff like that, so I never post really on Thursdays, Fridays, or the weekends, because they tend to be the worst engagement days for me. So Monday to Wednesday, 6 to 8 are probably the best times to post. Yeah, just getting your posting right, basically. Always tagging companies, always putting your locations. Lighting is key. Literally, lighting is key. If you get good lighting, then the photo will be great. I know that a lot of people edit their photos. I'm not a big, huge fan of Lightroom or anything like that, just because I feel like it takes away the natural colors of the photo, and I really just like having the natural color of a photo. Unless the photo is really horribly lit, then I need to put a filter on it, but I'm not like huge of filters. I think it looks like a bit more natural. What else do I do to grow a following? I think just always showing love to people that, you know, support you. Like, there's a couple of girls that constantly comment on my photos, and when they comment on my photos, I'm always making sure that I'm liking back some of their photos and showing some love back, just because I think it's really cool. And then also another way to grow your following, if you have like the spare money, is giveaways. I know that I've grown a lot from simple giveaways, just gift cards, makeup giveaways, clothes giveaways, bikini giveaways, literally whatever you have that you can give away that's in a good condition. You don't want to be giving away like dirty old clothes. But even if you just go and buy like a $150 voucher, like, I know that it probably doesn't seem like a good thing, but it actually is, and it's good to give back to the people that subscribe and follow you. So I think that's good as well. Another thing is, what's the other question? How do I get paid? So basically, it depends what social media you're talking about. So for YouTube, basically you just get paid through AdSense. You can set up, if you have YouTube, you can set up an AdSense account, but you have to have, I think, like 4,000 hours of watch time before you can actually link up your AdSense account. And I don't really know how YouTube works. It's really just based off views and stuff like that. So that's YouTube. But for Instagram, say for instance, if a company messages me or emails me and stuff like that, if you have a good enough following, like, I'm not saying like if you have a couple thousand, a company's not going to pay you. I only started doing this recently when I hit around 40k. I never did it before, just because I don't think I personally think that I don't have the right to be asking a company to pay me when I don't really have that many followers, but Kashama told me that I should start asking them to pay, because you know, you are promoting their product. If you have a wider audience than them, then you know, you're gonna promote them more than they promote themselves. So for instance, if a company messages me and says, hey, you know, we want you to try out this product, or we want to send you something, basically what I do is I say to them, what kind of post would you guys be interested in? We can discuss that, and then I can send over my rates just so I can get a rough idea of what they want. So if they want something like a story and a post, I might charge them a bit more. If they want something like a YouTube video, you charge them a bit more as well, because you know, it's taking up more of your time and stuff like that. But you also have to be really selective with the things that you choose. I get offered things all the time, but it's not something that I use and I would ever use and I would ever want to promote, because I would just want to delete it off my Instagram. Like, yeah, fair enough, you get paid for it, but what's the point of getting paid for it if you don't actually like it? And I know that a lot of people think that like influencers just accept all their things. I have declined so many things. I will never really accept fitness things, just because I'm not a fitness person. I would not feel okay promoting that when I literally know nothing about it. And I don't accept like teeth whitening companies, just because I don't use that and I never will. And a lot of jewelry I don't accept. I get a lot of jewelry companies reaching out to me, and I don't really accept them just because I literally never wear jewelry. So if it's stuff like fashion and food and clothes related, I normally accept it. And that's basically moving on to my next question that a lot of people ask me, is how do I get invited to all these cafes for free? So if you don't know, I have a main Instagram, I have my my food Instagram, and then I have my business Instagram. So on my food Instagram, I just started posting every time I went to lunch. I used to post my food as a hobby. So most of my photos on my main Instagram are captured in cafes, because I feel like I photo better in cafe locations rather than against a plain wall or in front of a house or something. So I thought, you know, I could kill two birds with one stone for getting a photo for my main Instagram and then getting a food photo for my food Instagram. And then people started to like my started to like my food Instagram, started following, started liking. I had cafes reaching out to me asking if I would like to come and have lunch. I also am signed to CPM Online Marketing, who work with a range of different companies and like different cafes, sorry, that basically we get 3 dishes and 2 drinks for free if we post about their cafe on our Instagram. So I'm with CPM, they find a lot of cafes for me, but I have started reaching out to certain cafes that I like and restaurants, sending them an email. It's a very long email, basically describing what kind of promotion I would be offering them and stuff like that. So that's been going really well. I've been having a lot of cafes reach back to me, and it's actually what I really enjoy doing, because it's just basically eating, taking photos of the food and promoting it. And I also have a YouTube series where I do the 5 best places to eat in Sydney. I think I have 4 videos now, and it's doing really well on YouTube, so I enjoy that. And then I can't even remember what the question was, because I just fully rambled then. Shit, I don't know. But oh yeah, people ask how I work with cafes. That's basically how I work with cafes and restaurants. It started off with CPM Online Marketing, and then I got really into it. So I started, you know, doing it myself and reaching out to companies and emailing them and seeing what they said and what kind of promotion they had in mind, and you know, what they wanted to give me in return for it. So that's what I started doing, and I'm getting super into that at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so I think I'm just going to end the video here, because it's been going on for so long. I need to cut it down, you know, to a reasonable time. I think I've answered all the questions that you guys have been asking me. If not, I'm happy to film a part 2 where you guys can ask me questions and I can answer them like a question and answer video. But I think I'll end it here today. So thanks for watching. I hope I helped. I don't really know if the video even makes sense until I edit it, so I really hope I made sense. But yeah, I will see you in my next video. Please like and subscribe, and if there's anything that you want to know, just ask me in the comments and I'll reply to it. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.